My thoughts are that I think that's probably in the best interest of the students. I believe that after about 6 hours of taking testimony, looking at evidence, the state board gave due diligence and was able to satisfy themselves that after a year of operation, it was best for Macon Charter's charter to be terminated. With that being said, my thoughts are that the most important thing are the students, and currently there are about 155 students who are still at Macon Charter, and it's important that we allow those families and students to, one, accept this. I will tell you that those families and students believe Macon Charter was the best decision they could make at this particular time, and now they're going to have to make an adjustment, and it's our desire to be as helpful in that process. So what we have started doing is planning how we can help the students transition. We believe that starting on Monday, we'll be ready to begin that process. We will actually have staff over at Macon Charter on Tuesday and Wednesday to meet with families to actually allow them to disenroll from Macon Charter and enroll in the schools where they will be attending. We also believe that as we're going through this process that we're going to have to continue to work with Macon Charter and parents to ensure students and Macon Charter itself are able to get through this transition period. Termination of a charter is hard, and the families and the leadership and the founders have put in a lot, and so my heart goes out to them. I hope they are able to work with us as we help their students transition into either one of the Bibb County schools, into a private school, into a virtual school, or into a home school. So one of the lessons learned is that even today, with so many students still being there, those parents believe that's the best choice for their child. I think the lesson that I've learned is that I have to get my staff to accept that that is a truth. Why was that true? I think it's because parents felt they were more involved, they were listened to more, that their students were responded to in a better way. One of the strategic priorities we put in place is to respond to student needs better. We're working hard at that. We're trying to talk to parents more. That's why we have Let's Talk available, for example. But we got to be able to keep them involved. So I'm going to reach out to the families through a telephone call as well as a letter and share with them that we want them to stay involved in their child's education. Parental involvement is key. They've learned how to do it. They demonstrated they can. We're going to ask them to do the same thing when they come back to us. And what my staff and I have to recognize is there are other alternatives. And so we need to be as responsive.